In the heart of every rumbling truck, every freight train crossing a continent, and every container ship traversing the ocean, lies a revolutionary invention born from a single, powerful idea. It's an engine that doesn't need a spark to roar to life, a machine that runs on the very heat it generates. This is the story of the diesel engine, an engine that reshaped our world through sheer, relentless force. Unlike the gasoline engine in your car, which uses a spark plug to ignite a mix of fuel and air, the diesel engine does something far more direct. It takes in air, compresses it to an extreme degree. Talking pressures over 500 pounds per square inch, heats it to temperatures hotter than the surface of Venus. Only then, at the peak of this intense pressure and heat, is a fine mist of fuel injected. The result isn't an explosion, but a powerful, controlled burn, a wave of expansion that pushes the piston down with incredible torque. This is the magic of compression ignition, and the man who harnessed it was a driven, brilliant, and ultimately tragic genius named Rudolf Diesel. Born in Paris in 1858 to German parents, Diesel was obsessed with efficiency from a young age. As a student at the Munich Polytechnic, he was captivated by the lectures of Carl von Linde, a pioneer in refrigeration. But it was one particular concept that seized his imagination and would define his life's work: the Carnot cycle. This was a theoretical model for a perfect engine, an engine that could convert every last drop of heat energy into mechanical work, achieving 100% efficiency. Of course, in the real world, this was impossible. But for Rudolf Diesel, impossible was just a starting point. He saw the steam engines of his day wasting over 90% of their energy as lost heat and was appalled by the inefficiency. He dedicated himself to creating an engine that would come closer to the Carnot ideal than anything the world had ever seen. His quest began in earnest in the 1890s. His goal was to build what he called a rational heat engine. His initial designs were bold, even dangerous. He experimented with using powdered coal as fuel injected directly into the cylinder. His first working prototype, built in 1893 in Augsburg, Germany, was a terrifying machine. The moment he injected the fuel, the engine exploded. Shrapnel flew across the workshop, nearly killing Diesel and his assistants. Lesser man might have given up, but for Diesel, this violent failure was a profound success. It proved his core theory: compression alone could indeed ignite fuel. He just needed to control it. After years of relentless refinement, working with the manufacturing firm MAN, he finally achieved his dream. On February 17, 1897, an independent test confirmed that his engine had achieved a staggering thermal efficiency of 26.2%. To put that in perspective, the best steam engines of the era struggled to reach 10%. Diesel's engine was more than twice as efficient as anything else on the planet. It was a revolution. But his vision went beyond just numbers on a chart. Diesel wasn't just building an engine, he was building a tool for social empowerment. He envisioned his creation powering small businesses, artisans, and independent workshops, freeing them from the grip of large, centralized power sources like expensive steam plants. He also designed it to be versatile, capable of running not just on petroleum-based oil, but on a variety of fuels, including peanut and other vegetable oils. He famously demonstrated this at the 1900 World's Fair in Paris, running an engine on pure peanut oil. He saw a future where farmers could grow their own fuel, a truly decentralized energy system. The first diesel engines were gargantuan. They were towering cast-iron behemoths, weighing many tons and standing taller than a man. They were not destined for vehicles, but for stationary work. They found their first homes in factories, municipal power stations, and water pumping facilities where their incredible fuel efficiency and reliability quickly made steam engines obsolete for many applications. They could run for days on end with minimal supervision, providing the steady, powerful heartbeat of the new industrial age. The engine's potential for propulsion was obvious, and soon it began to conquer the seas. In 1903, the first diesel-powered ship, the Vandal, was launched, followed by the first ocean-going vessel, the Selandia, in 1912. These ships required no massive boilers, no teams of stokers shoveling coal, and they could travel further on less fuel. The age of the steamship was drawing to a close. Yet, as his creation was beginning to change the world, Rudolf Diesel's own world was falling apart. He was a brilliant engineer, but a poor businessman. Licensing disputes, patent battles, and bad investments left him in financial ruin. He suffered from severe headaches and depression. On the night of September 29, 1913, while crossing the English Channel on the steamer Dresden, Rudolf Diesel vanished. He neatly laid out his coat and hat on the deck rail before disappearing into the cold, dark water. His body was found by a Dutch boat 10 days later, but was buried at sea. The inventor of one of history's most important engines died in mystery and despair, never to see the full world-altering impact of his work. After his death, his engine's evolution accelerated. The challenge was to make it smaller, lighter, and faster. A key breakthrough came from another brilliant engineer, the Swiss Alfred Bucci. He understood that a diesel engine's power was limited by how much air it could breathe. His solution was the turbocharger. Patented in 1905, the turbocharger used the engine's hot exhaust gases to spin a turbine, which in turn drove a compressor that forced more air into the cylinders. More air meant more fuel could be burned, resulting in a massive increase in power and efficiency without increasing the engine's size. It was a game changer. Another critical development was direct injection, pioneered by Robert Bosch in the 1920s. This technology replaced older, less efficient fuel delivery systems with high-pressure pumps that could precisely inject a fine atomized spray of fuel directly into the combustion chamber. This made the engines more powerful, more efficient, and cleaner. With these innovations, the diesel engine was finally ready to go on the road. In 1924, man introduced the first truck with a direct injection diesel engine. Its superior torque at low end, pulling power and incredible fuel economy made it perfect for hauling heavy loads. Soon, the rumble of diesel trucks became the soundtrack of commerce. Railways followed, with the iconic flying hamburger high-speed train in Germany demonstrating the power and speed of diesel-electric locomotives in the 1930s. Diesel engines replaced steam on railways around the world, becoming the workhorses of land-based freight. For decades, diesel was primarily the engine of industry and heavy transport. But in the late 20th century, particularly after the oil crises of the 1970s, automakers turned to it for passenger cars. Turbocharged direct injection, or TDI. Engines offered fantastic mileage and a satisfying surge of torque, and for a time, clean diesel was marketed as an environmentally friendly alternative to gasoline. But that perception came to a screeching halt in 2015. The Dieselgate scandal revealed that some major automakers had been using defeat devices to cheat on emissions tests. Their cars were emitting pollutants, particularly nitrogen oxides or NOx, at levels many times higher than the legal limits in real-world driving. The scandal shattered public trust and cast a dark shadow over the engine's legacy. It was a harsh reminder that power and efficiency must be balanced with environmental responsibility. The industry's response has been a massive push toward genuinely clean diesel technology. Modern diesel engines are a world away from their predecessors. They are equipped with a suite of sophisticated emissions control systems. Diesel particulate filters, or DPFs, capture and burn off soot. Selective catalytic reduction, or SCR systems, use a Euro-based solution, often known by the brand name AdBlue, to convert harmful nitrogen oxides into harmless nitrogen and water. These modern diesels are cleaner than ever before, but they face a challenging future in a world increasingly focused on electrification. From a single theoretical idea in a lecture hall to a massive, thundering machine, and from an industrial titan to a complex, computer-controlled power plant under the hood of a modern truck. The story of the diesel engine is a tale of immense power, brilliant innovation, human tragedy, and a continuous search for balance. It is a testament to one man's obsessive quest for efficiency, and it remains a vital, powerful force that continues to move our world. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey through the history of things. If you enjoyed this story, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into the inventions that shape our lives. We'll see you in the next one.